Nah, I can't see my chat box yet, but good. We'll be all right.
Let me go on your page and see if I can pull a chat, see what they talking about.
Okay. So we're probably up. Hey, we getting ready to run down the Ravens draft. So if you're tuning in, give us a second to make sure the setup all straight.
What's good, y'all? Shouts out to Aisha Curry. You know what I'm saying? All that
Yeah. Man, is that crazy or what?
in the most stressful time of this man's life.
Right. You
having a
coming out with that nonsense.
having a dog fight with the
With, with nonsense, man.
Look, man. Shouts out to Steph, man. That man a lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? That man do
Right.
the right thing. That man chill, tall, light skinned, and handsome, 40-foot jumping.
And you worry about attention.
She got 6.3 million Instagram followers. Boy, I can't wait to do my podcast on this. Boy, I'm about to act up.
Now, when you doing that? When you gonna drop that?
I don't know, man. I kind of want to get a co-host that I got some real good chemistry with, but the guy in particular that I used to do podcasts with, he's a lazy old chap. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get him on that same page with me so he can come chase his bag. But we're gonna get it done within the next day or two.
I guess somebody that's on the grind. You found the chat box yet?
Yes, sir. We live. Ain't nobody up in there though.
Okay, well, let's let somebody fall in there for a minute so we can just keep shooting. You know what? I rushed home from a baseball game. And I really hate I had to lead them cats because I'm the low man on the totem pole, so I was able to ease out without them knowing.
Yeah.
It was 4-4 in the 7th inning,
Mhm.
and the game just was over. We won 5-4 in the 10th inning.
Man,
So-
Coach, I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. I don't understand baseball. Man. I have
Really?
like I tried to watch one day, man. So Houston was in the World Series or whatever, and I've never been a fan. But I live in Houston, and it's the best time to get into it. I'm like, okay, well, everybody else, I'm not going to bandwagon or nothing, but I am going to. And the one game everybody was excited about, that was the one game that was on till like 2 a.m. So I just put all my attention in the football, college, pro, lingerie, high school, whatever, and doggone, just basketball, I guess, but baseball, nah, man, put me straight to sleep. That's NyQuil, man.
The thing is to know it, you love it, and it's a lot funner when you're playing or coaching and when you straight up watching.
I ain't never played or coached, and I guess that kind of makes sense because I can watch a powerlifting meet with a little bit of, hey, okay, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of interest or whatever, but no.
I got you. So we got a few guys, jumping in. When we get to 20, we'll jump it off. So right now we're just gonna shoot the stuff until we get up to the number we want. But I appreciate you guys that's tuning in so far. The guy that I'm on here with don't need no introduction. Voch Lombardi, draft guy, Cowboy enthusiast, and overall good guy. Mississippi boy, my hometown. We from the same neighborhood, just a couple years apart. It's my guy, Voch Lombardi, everybody.
About a damn decade apart. Let me go on the Twitter machine, watch and Coach Evans talk Ravens, and that'll get us a little bit of traffic up in there. But shucks, man. I guess I'll talk about my Cowboys when we get to 20.
Go ahead, that'll work.
This how I know the Cowboys turned into a good football team, man, because they care nothing about what we think. You know what I'm saying? They're like
the people.
I remember watching the Patriots, right? Going, why they drafting this cat? Why they drafting this dude? But what I've learned is that a good organization, what they do is they get their coaches and they scouts and they front office, the GMs and them, they get all them on the same page. And they don't draft a guy unless they got a plan on how they're gonna use them, and unless there's a clear consensus. If it's 2 out of 3, then we need to have another conversation, or we're not gonna get them. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if you watch the Giants and how they operate, like we was getting a lot of talks about, the coaches want Haskins, but the GMs want Jones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how problems happen. That's how internal big situation contest happens. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm in charge. We're going to draft my guy. So as a Cowboys fan, I'm elated that I got to deal with Daniel Jones. Not only that I got to deal with him, but the Giants not going to draft Tonga Valoa and Trevor Lawrence. That's what I'm most excited about. But that's what happens though. That's what happens when you know what I'm saying, get into that kind of competition or whatever. So just looking at, Tristan Hill, just all the safeties was on the board, but he's a guy that can fit us. Connor McGovern, regardless of what you feel about offensive line or, whether the Cowboys need it or not, Jared Jones said, man, to keep the strength, you got to draft into it. You know what I'm saying? So it works. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson from the U, he long and tall. Them the kind of corners we need. It was probably better guys there, but he long and tall. So looking at the draft, man, I probably had some guys I would have taken in another spot, but
I love him.
But
okay, I got you.
And
I do have a question for you. For some reason I was driving back across town and the Skip and Shana were on, and they were talking about you guys as GM and how he expects Amari and Dak and Ezekiel to give them a discount so they can keep good players around them.
Sure.
Shannon was adamant about no.
Well,
he said not them people first contract, they shouldn't give you no discount. What do you think about that?
I could be wrong, but I think Shannon is put there to be anti-Cowboy guy because Skip is pro-Cowboy guy. But okay, so let's look at D-Law's situation, right? Because he just got paid. He could have gotten the max, which is like 23. But he said, hey man, come on now. Hey, we got the 21.5. Oh, all right, cool. So 21.5 to 23, that's a lot to us. But what happens is D-Law get to say, okay, look, I'm still in the 20s, plus I get to compete. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wants to get paid to do this thing. A lot of cats say it's not about the money. Well, if it's not about the money, go play an arena. Go play somewhere where you can, like, you know what I'm saying, do other things and play ball. Like, you do it because you love ball, but you do it because you can make great money playing ball. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to love football first. So if it's Amari Cooper and he want 18, can I get 17.5? If it's Dak and he won 31, can I get 30? Can I get 29? And by the time you talk those guys down, you got an extra $5 million to play with. So with that extra $5 million, okay, let me go get a third down pass rusher that can help us out a little bit. Let's go get a corner that can help us. You know what I'm saying? But what I've learned is that teams that draft well don't really have that problem necessarily. Like, it hurt to let guys go that you like, and we can put this on Ravens Talk. CJ Mosley walked out the door, but if you feel good about Tyus Bowser and his development and just plugging him in, then you feel good moving forward. That's what the draft is for, and that's why you get 7 picks. And the only reason you got to pay guys is because you drafted well. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So if Zeke gonna get his money. Dak gonna get his, Cooper gonna get his, but complimentary guys like Antoine Woods, the one tech, he probably ain't gonna get paid. But we've been a draft number one tech by then. You see what I'm saying?
I hope so. Yeah. But we got I think we got enough guys in here and they'll fall in because actually there's another Ravens podcast going on and they always jump me. They jump in at 9 and I push back to 10. So that's probably where most of the guys at, but they'll fall in after that. And because we run it like this and we gonna run it. So I'm gonna get this list pulled up. Let's talk about
they ain't got the Lombardi though, coach. That's all.
I know. That's what I'm saying. When the numbers roll in, you know what it is. You know what it is. Yeah. But we're gonna start off with the UDFAs. There's 3 in particular I want to talk about, and I'm gonna let you start off with the guy you really wanted, Gerald Willis. So what do you think about Gerald Willis? I know you wanted him with the Cowboys.
Sure. So as YouTube scouts or whatever, we just film guys. All we get is the film. We don't know about the extra stuff. So I don't know about the weed they found in the car. I don't know about the gun under the seat. I don't know about the bank robbery that he did in the 8th grade or whatever. It kept 32 teams from drafting him or whatever. But just from a film standpoint, just as a football player, he 100% should have been drafted. He gives you pass rush value day one. Now, is he gonna have to compose himself? Because he's a quick player. He's a slashy type player, and he can wash himself out of the play sometimes. I have chaos guys, and then there's controlled chaos guys. If you can cause chaos, but find the football, get rid of guys, then that shows a little bit of growth. But once Gerald Willis gets a little bit of polish under his belt, then it may be like a 2-year, 3-year situation, but with his quickness, with his nasty ass swim move that I like, he can give you value day one, pass rushing.
And I did a like a 2 deep for the projected 2 deep for the Ravens, and I had him playing. We're a 3-4 team, I had him playing one of those ends and not at nose. What'd you think about that? Because of his agility and able to move and stuff like that.
As long as you're not asking him to two gap too much, I think he'll be fine there. I think in whatever role you have him in, as long as that job says get up field quick, I think he's good with that. You know what I'm saying? So you wouldn't ask him to like two gap or nothing like that. But if he's just a penetrating,
mainly a B gap guy.
Sure. Like if he line up at 6, but he slants in the B gap or whatever. Sure. I'll take him.
All right, now 2 other UDFAs, and they're kind of at the weakest position on our team at wide receiver. The first guy is Jaylon Smith from Louisville, and I think we picked him up because Lamar's senior year, which was Jalen's sophomore year, he had a pretty darn good year. Hadn't done much since Lamar left, and I think it's mainly because of quarterback play. But he was an undrafted free agent, and I think they have instant chemistry. They've been working together in all season down in Miami, the Miami area. So what do you think about Jaylon Smith from Louisville?
Sneakily one of the best moves that y'all could have pulled off, man. Because like you said, with Jax, he had like 11 touchdowns with Jax. You know what I'm saying? Like he was he was a guy. But when you watch film on him this year, he looked a bit disinterested, and I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Get it? But if you only watch his 2018 film, then you'll look at him and go, oh, for what? It kind of makes sense that he went undrafted, but if you look at his 2017, he's air control guy, snaps the ball out the air, you know what I'm saying? Pretty good size on him. I wouldn't call him like a blazy fasty guy, but he got some speed for the size that he has. I think he just knows how to get open. He's just one of those guys that finds the open zone really well. So sneakily, if he works well with Lamar, sneaky good.
And he's 6'4".
And he's 6'4". Yes, sir.
And he's 6'4". The other guy I want to mention is also 6'4", but not as thick as Jaylon, and his name is Anton Wesley from Texas Tech.
Yeah,
guy that I really didn't know much about, but since we picked him up, I've been watching film on him, and I like him. I really like him.
He kind of reminds you of Kiki QT from a couple years ago. And I hate to be lazy with the whole Texas Tech comparison or whatever, but quick guy, probably give you some gadget work the nickel. You can probably put him at running back, do some funny things with him. We see with the new league, you know, motion is a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Just confusing the defense or whatever. But before you can do any of that, you got to make him respect the jet sweep or the fly or whatever. Yeah. So I think he's a guy that if he gives you anything, he demands respect with the fly and the jet sweep. So I think
he's a long, lanky kid. Long and lanky, but deceptively fast. And he does a good job of, he has this hop thing that I talked about with another guy that I really think it should be a foot fire. But he kind of hops up and try to, do his move or whatever. Sure. And he's effective with it. But as long as he don't get caught, them DBs don't press him and catch him in the air, it'll be a wrap.
Man, you know the league ain't gonna let you do that, man. One of them coaches ain't gonna let you. Boy, somebody gets flood one of them coaches. Somebody go pick that boy up and body slam him, man.
Hey, I don't know if you remember this, because you used to do 7-on-7 with us.
Yeah.
And somebody kind of snatched Rico up and kind of slammed him around. So the next time we went out there, Rico just hauled back and slapped smoke from a kid, then ran a fade on him and scored on him. You remember that? Man, I think it was at LSU.
Man, was that it was at one of them camps, man.
It was.
Long time.
Rico slapped smoke from that kid.
Boy, I remember dying laughing over that, man. But as far as y'all undrafted guys, though, man, y'all got some. It's very top heavy, because I even like the Worthington kid from Colorado. You know what I'm saying? He's a safety that can play with range, and he can hit. And anytime there's a safety that play with range and can hit, you at least need to give him some value. But besides those 4, man, I started looking at the list, man. I started
names out there.
I started squinting real hard, man. I say, what is Antelope State?
Incarnate State.
Look.
I had some guys coming at me about I think he was a linebacker from Incarnate State.
Yeah, Silas Stewart. I'm looking at CJ Too Good from Elon. I said, who he play? Colin or something? What you mean? Too Good.
Hey, that's an all-time name though.
Yeah, that's a great. I wish he was a little better. I wish he was a little better.
I hope he too good.
That's fantastic. Let's move on.
But let's get into the drafted guys. Yeah. We're gonna start from the bottom and work our way to the top. Our last pick in the draft in the 6th round was Trace McSorley.
Yeah.
I knew he was a QB for Penn State.
Sure.
I know he had, okay years. He had better years with that animal that's in New York, by his side.
Yes, sir.
Saquon.
Yeah.
I didn't know how athletic he was until I did a little film study on him. What'd you think about it?
He can move around a little bit, but the one thing I don't like about Chase, man, and this is what I don't like about most
Trace.
guys. What I say? Chase?
Trace.
Same thing. What I don't really like, he had an opportunity to kind of separate himself. And the Senior Bowl, like everybody was in the Senior Bowl this year. You know what I'm saying? Greer, the kid from Brandon, Mississippi, forgot his name. But issue, everybody was there. So
Buffalo.
If you had an opportunity to separate yourself, it'll be at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine. And Trace McSorley really didn't do nothing to separate himself. If anything, he's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an intangible guy. He's a tough dude. He'll run to get those extra yards, man, but the physical just ain't there for him. So if you sit him down for 8 years and let him develop, man, he may be a solid backup or something for you. You know what I'm saying? If you sit him and wait on him, but
I think they're trying to use him like Hill from New Orleans. I think that's the plan for him. What do you think about that?
I don't think he's that kind of athlete. Now, if you look at what's my man's Easton Stick from North Dakota State, he's the Taysom Hill type of guy. He run like a 4.4. McSorley can run, but he ain't running like, he
ain't blazing.
He ain't running like Taysom. Taysom play everything.
And how do you like the way that? Well, I know you know Cowboys fans, so you really can't say good stuff about the Saints.
Sure.
But how do you like the way the Saints use Taysom?
I hate it. No, I'm playing. I think it's interesting because it works, and I think you can take some pointers, with Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay, think about it like this. You remember Natchez used to do this, man. Rico used to play quarterback for us, but he played receiver. So after a while, we was like, man, put Rico back at quarterback and just run read option. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he can throw, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta respect the legs too. You know, right. And I wouldn't do it 50 plays a game, but if you want to go out there for a series and just, see what you can do with that, it makes a little sense.
Give the defense something to prepare for.
Sure.
Now, what I do like about the pick is we now have 3 guys on the roster that you don't have to change the offense for.
Sure.
You got McSorley, RG3, and Lamar, and you can still run. You don't have to have this like complete overhaul of the playbook like what happened last year when we went from Flacco to Lamar. So that's a good thing about there. Moving up to the round 5, we picked Daylon Mack from Texas A&M. Big squatty body. What do you think about Daylon?
Trash can full of dirt guy is what we call him. Shrine Bowl guy. I
think your dude Mark Holmes wanted to do like that. Did he not?
Man, listen, man. I get so disrespectful with these cats, man. I get so standoffish with these cats sometimes, man. But it's all good. Daylon Mack wouldn't work in our scenario because we run an even front and we need our one tech to actually move and do gap exchanges, stunts, and things like that. Get upfield quickly. But for what y'all do, y'all just kind of need him to take up space, and that's what he do. The good thing about him is you ain't gonna move him. You know what I'm saying? Some of these take up, he's heavy, but he's strong too. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you gotta put an extra guy on him. You know what I'm saying? Now, is he gonna give you value pass rushing? No. Nope. If it's an outside zone type of deal, can he get outside for you? No, but that's what your linebackers for. You know what I'm saying? So if you first down, second down, I think Daylon Mack is some pretty good value in the 5th round.
He needs to eat up blockers for the linebackers. That's it. Sure, that's his job. He's a young Saragusa, young Haloti Nada. Eat up blockers, and he got two all pros in front of him, and Pierce and Williams.
And man, the only reason Saragusa is really known like that because he had swag in his last name, Saragusa. But Saragusa didn't do a whole. His job was to be fat in the middle. That's it. Allware and Ray and they ran free. That's what the job was. You know what I'm saying? So Daylon, like I said, we talking about guys that can give you value day one. I just dropped a video on this. You got to think about value and where you draft guys, where they fit in your scheme. You know what I'm saying? Right. So Daylon Mack, who's a really good player, you may think, why is he dropping to the 5th round? Is he bad? No, it's just that he dropped to the 5th round because he's not going to have a whole bunch of jobs for you. He doesn't have a a big
team,
big skill set. He only does one thing good, but you're only going to ask him to do one thing. So that's why he fell to the 5th. But you still get a good player in the 5th because you asked him to do that one thing.
Right, and what that sets up for us is when Williams or Pierce decides to get that big check and we don't want to cut it, you got a guy that's already on the team. You can just slide in that spot. Which in my mind,
but shouts out to Sam Jackson. He just dropped 10 in your super chat. He say, "Thank you, coach."
Yeah, appreciate it. I was gonna get to you, Sam, because the super chat is more important than what, Voch?
Food and water and three.
Food and water. That is. Appreciate you, Sam. Sam always show love though. He's a big Jaylon Smith fan from Louisville. Yeah. I think Sam kind of lives in Louisville area. Yeah. So he's a huge Lamar fan, and he was one of the advocates for us to get Jaylon Smith by Jaylon by any means necessary. Appreciate you, Sam.
Y'all got him. But listen, man, if you get a super chat, man, cut me off because they're more important than what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
we'll do. I do really noted. I
don't
want to cut my guests off, but
look, Jerry Jones can be on my show. I'm sorry, Jerry. Hold on. Thank you for the $3.
Let's jump in to pick our 4th round pick, Iman Marshall, cornerback from USC. Yeah. Now, I think we drafted. Initially, I was like, "Why are we drafting another corner?" Because I think we had the best secondary in the league, especially with the addition of Earl. I think that. Stop whispering on your bear. Okay, I think we had the best secondary. So I thought I'm thinking they're gonna move him to safety.
That's what I
learn behind Earl, that's what I'm hoping they do.
Yeah,
but what do you think about that?
That's exactly what I was whispering, Coach. Shouts out to people in the chat box listening. If you look at Marshall and what he's good at and what he's absolutely bad at, because if you just watch film on him, he trash.
Yeah, he kind of iffy.
He trash. But if you watch him, you go, okay, he trash in man coverage. But if you keep things in front of him and just kind of let him figure stuff out, he's good to go. He can kind of react to things really well. He got some football intelligence about him. Mm-hmm. Cool. He ain't as blazing as we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? He's like a 4.5 40 guy, but I think he move a little slower than that. He look a little clunky. I hate his back pedal. Let's put him in a situation where he ain't got a back pedal, where he keeps everything in front of him. He can tackle. So put him in a situation where he can go tackle and let him, read people. So strong safety, sometimes free.
And when he's in phase, he has a bunch of PBUs.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of PBUs. He dislocates the ball from people. He does a good job of that, whether it be via the SWAT, the big hit, or just overpowering guys, because he ain't a small guy. That's why I'm thinking more safety, but just straight up man coverage on the corner, that ain't his skill set. Even though I think he's doing it in a rookie minicamp, I think by the time this second round of free agents go through, he'll be pushed back to a safety position. That's just my 2 cents, and obviously your 2 cents on it also.
Absolutely. This is another situation where you just can't watch the film and just come up with that conclusion or whatever. Because when I'm watching film on him, I go, okay, that's, he wouldn't work for us. He wouldn't work for my team. Mm-hmm. But when you ask me to do this show, and I'm just thinking about Marshall in context of Baltimore Ravens. Sure. Mm-hmm. What am I saying? Let him play.
Right. All right. That's Iman Marshall. Next guy we're going to talk about was another 4th round pick, and we had 3 of them. It's Ben Powers. Ben Powers is one of the guys I did, my draft breakdown on. I thought he would fit our system because we needed interior O-line help bad. Mm-hmm. And so lo and behold, we picked up Ben Powers.
Man, I like Ben Powers. Man, I'm such a fan. Oklahoma had the best offensive line this year. The best.
True that.
And it can get kind of weird with them, because if you watch their guys at the Senior Bowl, they was kind of getting beat up or whatever. Him, Drew. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of getting beat up a little bit. But if you think about offensive line, it's as a unit. And when you watch the film on them working together, good luck to you. So Ben, as a combo guy, as a movement guy, as a get the job done guy, as a second level guy, as a once I get my hands on you, the block is maintained guy.
Yep.
Probably not super powerful. He's not like a super powerful cat, but I know hat on hat guy when I see one.
Mm-hmm.
And if you run his own schemes, there's nothing wrong with hat on hat guy.
Right.
He anchors enough to not get you killed or destroyed or whatever, but as far just moving, overtaking, climbing,
right,
all that stuff, that's some more damn good value, man.
That was a myth out there that he wasn't athletic enough to get to second level. And I went on the podcast earlier this week. Me and another guy, Cole, we did our best to dispel that myth, because he sometimes goes 2 gaps over on play actions And I seen him scoop block somebody from 2 blocks over too against TCU. So you got to be athletic to do that stuff.
This the problem. I'm not an expert, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an expert, but I'm willing to bet why people think that is because the center is fantastic and Bobby Evans can move a little bit too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
And forward.
Right. So if you watch them, like if you watch that half of the line, center, guard, tackle, if you watch him move, Ben may look like the least moving this guy out of all of them.
Right.
But the center going to be a first round pick in 2 years when Trevor Lawrence come out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Bobby Evans, he was what, third round pick or something like that?
Something like that.
He was a third round guy, but he got fantastic feet. He got tackle feet or whatever. So nah, Ben ain't slow. He just sandwiched in there.
What people fail to realize is that line was so good.
Yeah.
That they were so good and they were so athletic that it made him look less athletic when he really is not. They work extremely well.
They look bad sometimes, but ain't nobody outside zone blocking like that. That core of ain't nobody outside zone blocking like
that. When they outside zone right and Bobby the left tackle scoop and turn the end, oh my God. It's a thing of beauty.
Good God.
It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the third, well, actually the first 4th round pick, but the third in our discussion, running back Justice Hill.
He can fly, but Big 12 defense make me nervous. You know what I'm saying? I really just want to, you know what I'm saying, get some eligibility one day, just see if I can be a running back against a Big 12. I just want to see. I just want to see what it's like. But he's a guy with speed. You would have to watch the combine to get a good idea about how he can catch the ball, and which he can. Now y'all got a lot of guys that's like him already, kind of sort of like catchers, runners.
No, not really. We got pound you in your mouth guys.
So y'all still got
Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards.
So y'all ain't got Dixon no more.
Dixon's still there. Still there, but Dixon kind of got, I won't say fat, but Dixon kind of got big now. He's not a scatty guy no more. He'll downhill guy.
Well, Gus is a very complete guy, and we know Ingram can catch the ball too. So so cool. So with that kind of contrast, Justice Hill can probably give you a little bit of change up with some burst on the back end. I give you that.
Now, you mentioned not trusting Big 12 defenses. Now, when I did my top running backs, he wasn't extremely high on it.
Sure.
Because I feel like if you're a running back or if you're any kind of skill guy offensively in the Big 12, you need big numbers.
Sure.
And he finished with like 900. And he played all but maybe one game.
Sure. So
I feel like, with that production, that's why I would kind of shy off of him. But I think he's going to fit us well and be, like you said, that change of pace guy, especially, getting pounded by Ingram and Edwards and possibly Dixon for 2-3 quarters. He can come in and hit them like that. And, they ran zone at Oklahoma State, so he should fit what we got.
Sure.
Moving up to the third round. Let me get to my third round right here.
Myles Boykin from
Myles Boykin. Trying to get to it because they know my followers know that I ain't really like that pick. Yeah. But he's a Raven 9. I'm gonna roll with him. Everybody know who I wanted with that pick. I don't know if you know, but my followers are I want a King.
Yeah.
But Boykins, they say he played the whole year with 2 broke fingers, and that was kind of why he looked kind of iffy sometimes. But that can just be that could be the Illuminati putting that out there.
Sure. He's a traits pick. You know what I'm saying? But I'm willing to bet why you don't like him. You kind of wish he was a little more doggish, maybe. You kind of wish he had a little more polish, I'm guessing. And maybe he just didn't wow you enough. But he's a traits guy. He's like what, 6'4", 4'3" guy, whatever.
Yeah, 6'4", yep.
And you just kind of don't want to, move past those guys. But but you talking about your boy King, man. King was clearly he was whooping blocks in the run game. He was jumping over people. He was safety blanket. He, you know what I'm saying? He was big play guy when Iowa State needed a play, they went to him. And I saw Myles kind of disappear sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But it's a traits pick. So, if you could take that size and that speed, which is rare, you take that size and that speed and put it together and see what you can come up with, then you may have one, but I don't think it's gonna. I actually like all 3 of your 4th round picks and your 5th round pick better than your 3rd.
I can agree with that. But we're gonna hope he come through because he did blaze at the combine. He ran a 4.4.
Sure.
He blazed at the combine. So, hopefully, they saw something in him or that I didn't, and I hope they're right and I'm wrong. But if I'm right, Wait
We
till
got
the
the same
season
film they got. We saw just what they saw. I don't know. I ain't buying that.
Right. So moving on to the next person. Sack Daddy.
Yeah.
Broke Terrell Suggs' record for NCAA career sacks.
Right.
Jaylon Ferguson from Louisiana Tech. The more I watch his film, the more I think his traits translate to the league.
Sure.
Once he gets his man body, as you say,
sure.
He can come off the edge, and a lot of things that he did at Louisiana Tech. Initially, I felt he did it because he was playing against inferior competition, but his technique is pretty darn good.
Sure.
And once the speed of the game pick up with him, I think he should be good. What you think?
I had that same kind of thought about him. That man, look at him against Colin.
Southern Miss.
What they doing out there? But you was talking about his technique, whether it be his hand work, whether he's chopping the outside hand, whether it's momentum based, getting upfield, hand in the underarm, shuck you, get back inside, like move like that. Those moves require
whap hand.
That what y'all call it?
That what you called it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Gerald Willis had that whap hand.
Yeah. Wow. So, in terms of his technique, nuance, hand play, sure, it's there. My biggest problem with Jaylon Ferguson, he's a fantastic football player. The film ain't gonna lie to you, but I watch film with a little more nuance. Coach, you do as well, and you go, oh snap, Hawaii. Okay, he about to get the record. Okay, boy, you get 3 sacks easy. Where you at the rest of the game once he got the
squeeze my water.
Once he got the record, you watch some of these other games, he kind of disappear in the run game or whatever, and you can feel the coach say, yo, Jaylon, can we get a sack? All right, get you a sack. He'll get you a sack, easy. But I'm like, man, where is that like tenacity, man? I've said so many times, if I could take Chase Winovich's soul and football character and mental and put it in other people, boy, you'll have 10 pass rushes go top 10 this year. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of guys that potentially don't love football. You know what I'm saying? And he got the most sacks out of anybody. And that ain't easy. He got the most. But think about how many more sacks he could have had if he cared a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He disappears in the run game, which is probably why he dropped to the third. He disappears at the end of games. If La Tech's winning kind of comfortably, he'll kind of get lackadaisical there. But man, when it's on the line, he shows up. When it's time to go get a record, he shows up. But damn, like, what if I need you in the first quarter? You know what I'm saying?
In the league, you can't be that flip the switch guy.
Sure. And like year 1, 2, like you may be cool with that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's, I'm a rookie. I need to work my, I have something to be motivated for. I'm a young guy. Let me get my spot. But like what the problem may end up being is like when he's in the, the 4th year of his contract, he'll be like, yeah, I just trying to get paid. Nah, shit. What we doing here? That's when the issue might come around. And also, is he gonna work to continue to be great?
Right.
He can whoop Hawaii all day, but when he line up against a gangster that's playing versus the Browns or something like that, then he go, man, like, is he gonna be the guy to take it to the drawing board, work on it, and up his game? Like that's what you got to worry about with him.
'Cause he's at a position for need for us, so that cat got to play.
Sure.
He gonna be able to sit there and learn. He gonna have to play.
So
we missed out on Ziggy Ansah, and which I don't really know if I wanted him anyway with that shoulder being hurt.
Sure.
But we either he gonna have to play or we gonna have to get some other guys, because the other guys that are there are unproven. In my eyes, they're unproven. And either he can play with them or they're gonna beat him out. He's just gonna sit there. But it's gonna be a rotation because none of them are like studs.
Yeah,
they're not studs, so they're gonna have to rotate in and out and do things like that. But he's gonna have to get himself in order to be able to play as a rookie.
Yep, just find a way to keep him motivated. Tell his mama on him something. She'll come.
She'll come. Give him a whooping. She come with the whop hand.
She'll go wave her finger. You move with your uncle and auntie and Bel Air finger wave. You know what I'm saying? Hit him with that.
All right, let's jump to the number one pick. We traded down our 22 to 25. And got one of the guys I did film on again, Marquise Brown. What you think about that?
You pretty much said everything that you had to say about him. I actually went back to watch film session because I am a fan of yours. And you hit on all the points. As far as him, I wouldn't call him a super nuanced route runner, but he know how to run routes and he know how to find open zones or whatever. You can't teach speed. teach quickness. And we was just talking about the motion game. I don't want people to just call Hollywood Brown a gadget guy because he's small. He's not a gadget guy. He can be an X receiver for you. He's just little bitty. That's his biggest deal. But as far as like blazing speed or whatever, and we was talking about earlier, you've got to respect jet sweep. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of speed out there. So you're gonna have to react to it. You're gonna have to respect that. So you want to talk about some read option stuff. Yeah, fake the jet sweep and get backfield with Lamar. That's a lot of speed on the field at one time. I think it upgrades it in that one spot. And you want to talk about how he helps Jackson day one is, Jackson may not be the passer he's going to be in 5 years, and in 5 years, he'll probably be much better at it. But for now, what we want to do is we probably want to give him as many easy passes with high upside as we can. And that's something you can do with Hollywood because Kellen Moore did it. Not Kellen Moore. Kyler Murray. He'll throw a slant to him and he'll take it to the house or a bubble or jailbreak or whatever. So I think it's some value there for him. And
I think he's going. I don't even think he's going to see the slot for us because of Willie Snead and those other guys. I think he's X or Z receiver from day one. And in my opinion, that warrants a corner and a safety.
Because you get on the outside because you can't play cover 1, cover 0 with him on the outside.
Exactly.
It ain't smart. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to play cover 2, or you gonna or do some fishy. And if you do anything fishy, we pay you as an offensive coordinator to take advantage of them trying to do something fishy.
If we pay you to throw the lure out there if they doing something fishy.
There you go.
And he like you said with the jet sweep game, he could do that.
Sure.
Going deep, he got that. And like you said, slants to the house, hitches to the house.
That game, yeah.
And just been overall not a threat, but he could be a decoy.
Sure.
But our tight ends are pretty darn good too.
Yeah, I mean, y'all got 5 of them. I feel like y'all draft one every year. Max ain't there no more, so I guess that's good for y'all then. I guess.
Right. Let's see if any questions in the chat box, and we'll go from there. And then if not, we'll go to our what I want. I'm gonna finish with how do you think the Ravens would do? But I'm gonna scroll this chat box and see if any questions in the chat box real quick.
Cowboys won the Super Bowl, so I mean. That is what that is on there.
Now you know what? Since you mentioned that, and most of Natchez is a good bit of Natchez is Cowboy fans, right?
Sure.
I had this running bet with Melvin that every year the Ravens and the Cowboys have a similar record, or the Ravens be like 1 game up, or the Cowboys be 1 game up. There's never a huge discrepancy in the records between these two teams, even though they had nothing in common other than the fact that we closed the original Cowboy Stadium by beating the brakes off of them. But the records are always similar to each other.
Yeah,
you have to leave on that.
Yeah, man. Okay. I had to get you up out of here. And this is me being a rational Cowboys fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love to say Super Bowl every year. I didn't say it last year. I didn't say it a year before. I said it in the 2014 season with Tony and those guys. I mean, I just see things. And this is my thing about Dak Prescott, right? Fans kind of get on my nerves, man. But the only thing that matters is wins. When we talk about paying a quarterback, we talking about who's the greatest. We talking about we hold Tom Brady in a higher regard over Aaron Rodgers because he wins. Aaron Rodgers got the arm talent advantage all day, and the throws that he make, the athleticism, the improv. Aaron Rodgers is physically the best quarterback, the best quarterback of all time. I say it physically.
Physically, I agree.
But you can't deny that thing that Tom does. That thing like football, and this is one of my newer quotes I've been saying. Quarterback is an intangible position. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, everybody can make the throws. People asking me how I feel about Haskins. Well, when Haskins gets to the league, it's his offense coordinator's job to not give him passes that he can't throw.
Mm-hmm.
So they're only gonna live by the pass that he can throw, that he can or cannot throw. Where he's gonna make his money is his intangibles. When he gets hits in the mouth, what he gonna do? Is he gonna control his huddle? And I think Dak got something in him. The second most winning quarterback since he's been drafted. It's something in him to where he just don't go down. I've seen quarterbacks with better arm talent go down. I've seen Matt Ryan fold up. I've seen Matt Stafford fold up. I've seen it happen. I've seen Ben Roethlisberger throw 7 touchdowns one game, come back the next week and look like a scrub. I see it all the time. But those guys like Nick Foles, you know what I mean? That one thing that's just in them. I think that's very valuable. And you get a full go with Zeke. You upgrade your offensive line. Your defense was nasty. You didn't lose anybody. You get some additional upgrades there at pass rush. And you got two gangsters at linebacker that was young last year and played the way they played as young guys. And hell, wide receiver guy, you add Amari Cooper, it look different, don't it?
Your first round draft pick.
You get the talent, it look different, don't it? So right. It's fun to be like, oh, the Cowboys trash. Okay, it's 31 teams against us. I'll take that. Cool. But if you don't think the Cowboys are a legitimate contender, then you just hating at this point.
Right. Now, I love Dak, being a Mississippi State fan. I love Dak. I think that intangible that he has that some other guys don't is just straight toughness.
Yeah.
He's a country boy. He ain't gonna be pumped. Nope. You can hit him all the time. He gonna get up. He's like D Wade.
Yeah.
More you knock him down and like a little Allen Iverson or something. He gonna get up. He gonna keep competing. He gonna keep fighting till the clock's at zero.
Sure.
So I love that. I love that.
And then something else too about fans that kind of make me sick is we forget that Dak's only played 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you think about other quarterbacks where they were in their third year, they wasn't doing what Dak is doing. So the way I look at it, man, that dude that we see in the fourth quarter, like clutch Dak, big throw Dak, 2-minute drill Dak, that's gonna be all the time Dak at some point. Right. He's just 24 years old now. You know what I'm saying? And quarterbacks really don't get good till they're 30, in my opinion. Even though Flacco got bad when he got older.
Since you brought Flacco up,
yeah.
Do you and I know you're a Cowboy guy, but do you come across the hate that Lamar gets? Do you see that or sense that, when you're on the Twitter machine and whatnot?
And they're saying the same things that they're saying about Dak. What happens is that they watch a highlight of Pat Mahomes making all the throws and they want their quarterback to make them throws. And as an offensive guy, somebody that, that's been around a gang of offensive coach. I've been around some guys. I've been around you. Like, as long as it works, that's it. whatever works. You know what I'm saying? So, you can go out there and throw slants, bubbles, and jailbreaks all day. If you win, shut your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because there's plenty of guys that can make all the passes that ain't winning. So if you look at Lamar Jackson, what he does is that he gives you a formula to win.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a formula to win, and what guys to put around him to make him successful. Some teams got fantastic quarterback. Aaron Rodgers wasn't even hurt last year and didn't make the playoffs.
Right.
The guys around him, it just wasn't meshing somehow. We know how to make Dak win games. And y'all know how to make Lamar win games. So, no, he can't make that ridiculous I'm on the left hash back corner of the end zone throw.
Right.
That Pat Mahomes can make. But he can throw you a nasty little post in the middle of cover 2 like he's supposed to for a touchdown, and he can run and move the chains when you need him to.
I got some in the chat box I want to let you see. One of my fellow Ravens YouTubers, he says Kenny Young and Peanut are better than Smith and Van Der Esch. What you think about that? Do you even know who our linebackers are?
You say Man and JJ. What their name
is? Kenny Young. What
school he played for?
College.
Yeah,
I think UCLA. I think he played at UCLA.
Okay, definitely not as good.
And Peanut, which is Patrick Osmoa.
Oh, that's who Peanut is.
Not Peanut Tim. He.
Yeah. Listen, man, and this ain't even me saying this as a Cowboys fan. But there are 3 players that made me that taught me so much about football, watching Cowboy football. And this ain't even me, you know what I'm saying? But if you look at DeMarcus Lawrence and what he does with his hands, you learn something. If you look at Amari Cooper and what he does with his route running, you learn something. I'm looking at Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, right? And once upon a time, I just valued athleticism. You know what I mean? Like, if you could run, if you was a tough guy, you could be a linebacker, The most important position for me now is, can you read your keys and get there?
Yep.
That's the most important trait for a linebacker.
Yep.
And I didn't even get that until I watched them. I went back and watched Ray Lewis, right? You want to know why Ray Lewis was so fantastic?
Because he was smart.
as soon as you make a move, he making that same move with you. You couldn't trip him up. So I'm watching Jalen Smith and I'm watching Leighton Vander Esch, and they got some of that same stuff in them. Mm-hmm. Now, Vander Esch was drafted as a Mike, but he can't deal with trash, so he plays Will now.
Mm-hmm.
And all you got to do is go sideline to sideline, read keys, and tackle people.
Yep.
Peanut.
Hey, hold on now. I'm gonna defend my guys now. Peanut's gonna move to the middle. He's gonna take Moses' spot.
Cool.
And Peanut can run. He can cover.
Sure.
And he create turnovers.
Sure.
Now Kenny Young gonna be the weak guy. He can run. He can cover.
Okay.
I don't know if he can hold up for 60 because he ain't as big as the two guys y'all got.
Gotcha. Me too. But Vander Esch and Jalen Smith is 6'4", 230, run like gazelles, and they act like they got the play already. Go watch the film on my channel. I ain't making this up, man.
Yeah, I know how your Vander Esch films do. They blow up.
Boy, listen, man. I saw somebody in your chat box earlier. They say, "Yo, Voch, can we get one of them whiteboard conversations for the Ravens?" Man, look, I work for Views, dog. I work for.
Hey, the funny thing is, whoever said that is, I taught him how to be on the whiteboard. So, and I'm better at.
Hold on, now you didn't.
I do it every day. I do it every day.
I totally agree. You have the edge on me there. I give you that. But I'm younger than you, and by the time I get to your age, I've been to learn some magical stuff by then. So I better pick up some magic by then. So give me a decade to learn something else.
Hey, and funny thing you mentioned age, I got a birthday coming up Tuesday.
Congratulations, man. I'm gonna hit you up on Tuesday. I'm gonna put in a timed message to hit you up on Tuesday just in case I forget.
That'll work. I'm taking that day off too from work, but not football. I'm going to football practice.
You should, man. Make some money. But yeah, we work for views, man. We work for views. We work for likes. We work for subs and all that. And
Coach Patreon, all that.
Coach Evans got a Patreon now. Plug your Patreon. You ain't saying nothing about it yet.
Hey, Patreon is more important than food and water, just like the super chat. So go to patreon.com/sip the tally. Hey, I don't have any tiers yet, so everything that I put on there. Once I get some Patreons, will be for the $1 to $5 tier. And once we build the thing up, I'll, finesse it and finagle a little bit, but, join. And because the only thing over there right now is, what's my little fast receiver from, and Isabella.
Yeah.
And also I got the merch because you got to get an athlete shirt. You got to.
Sure. I tell you what,
I know you got to get one.
Yeah, son. I ain't even, boy, I tell you what. This is why Patreon is so important because it gives us a bubble from our day job. You know what I'm saying? We got one. You know what I'm saying? So to where, you may be like, man, I got to work some overtime, so I can't do a video or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just, if the Patreon was full or it just if anything was in it, you can go, man, boom. I got time to do a video today because I ain't doing overtime. So when we be like the frequency of uploads, that's real talk. I probably dropped a video a day during draft season or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And when Cowboy season come around, I'm keep working that. And plus we upgrading the funk around here. We ain't just out here gambling with it. We upgrade a little bit. We upgrade the channel, yeah.
And speaking of upgrades, if you could see what's in front of me right now, you'd see where the change that I've gotten so far has went back into production. Mm-hmm. And obviously you see, I don't know if you see, got a light here, got a light there to turn on, got a mic, got a camera that ain't the regular computer camera. So everything that you give comes back to the channel to try to make the channel better. Well, especially when I get to the point where I can get to that. I could draw on the screen, get some lines on the screen. We'll be good then.
We're gonna get some lines on the screen. Boy, look, we're gonna get a damn 4K camera and we can get them grays out the beard. We're gonna digitize the grays out the beard. Boy.
What? It's gonna be a wrap. You plug your stuff. This is my channel. You plug your stuff now.
Hey man, VOCHLOMBARDI, man, Voch Lombardi. I do film as well. Cowboy guy, y'all Ravens people, but let's see. I did a Gerald Willis video. Y'all can go check that out. Jaylon Ferguson, y'all go take a look at that. Ben Powers, I did that video, so y'all can go check out some of you guys. Plus, I'm gonna be in John Wick 3. I'm the one in the back,
way in the back,
tearing shit up.
You the one holding the lights.
I'm in the back.
Hey guys, look. Even though Voch is a Cowboy guy, his draft stuff is unbelievable. And then I go into his Cowboy videos just to interact and talk football with different people.
Yeah.
So make sure you go over there and subscribe to that channel. Also, Voch is pushing a number that I strive to get to one day, 36,000 ish. Am I right?
Yeah.
We'll
get there.
Yeah. But that's my guy. Let me scroll this one more time, see if you got any questions. If not, I'll let you have your evening.
Pardon me, 38.6 because the draft was good to me.
Excuse me, Mr. 38.6.
My bad. I just want to let you know. So you gotta let the people know.
I'm sitting at this nice 1,500.
Man, Cole, let me tell you something, man. You don't understand how hard it is to get 1,500 subs, man. You don't understand.
Oh, I know.
No, like you get it. Coach, you understand because you got them. But boy, 1,500 subs in 08 was different. Boy, Coach, 1,500 subs in 2013 was different, man. But you're doing well, man. Keep it up. We gonna make it to the promised land sooner or later, you know.
I appreciate it. And guys, since we don't see any questions in the chat box, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Coach Evans. Make sure you hit me on Twitter at Coach Evans9. Obviously on my channel, Sip the Tally Films, on Instagram and Sip the Tally also. The Teespring merch, I'll link that once we finish in the description. And get your Athlete shirt, get you a Sip the Tally shirt, get you a FTMF shirt, fruit, tomatoes, and more fruit, or film, then more film. Either one of those two, however you want an FTMF. That's your deal. Plug it one more time, Coach.
VOCHLOMBARDI, man. Check me out. My Patreon, same thing as well, man. But don't forget about coaches. You know what I'm saying? Just follow, just follow, man. And I'm probably on, social media talking crazy about somebody. Shouts out to Nene in the chat box. She holding it down. Go watch John Wick.
I see you clicking over there. Hey, last thing, Voch has some good merch too. Check it out too. I got a couple pieces already. Got some more coming once I get this kid graduated. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. All y'all out there in YouTube land, from Voch to Coach Evans, the NTZ boys. We got a couple more in there. Salute to you guys. We out.